this is radical. Kidding. But good job on Labour for winning. Okay, I do support. I would support Labour in the government more than the coalition.
We
So
know that,
there you go.
that people have put cost of living at the top of their list of priorities, and will continue a laser-like focus on that. It's an uncertain world. There's a lot of instability. We'll continue to work internationally as well on making sure that we're diversifying our trading relationships, that Australian goods and services are getting into markets around the world. It's very important for our national prosperity.
Diley
It's
versus
very hard not to
Tooley.
be totally focused on when the curve
Diley
is going to twitch
wins
and
power.
I'm just remembering the last election where it was a win for Anthony Albanese. He was very happy, but I think he told a few of the faithful officers to get got up there the last time. He had to pull them into line saying, hang on, just to settle down for a minute, which he did.
Penny Wong is coming out to introduce him, is that right? Is that what we're expecting?
I'd expect
I think that's what we said last time. So we'll wait for the cheers.
Just following from what Tanya was saying, just one thing, Anthony Albanese said he's been underestimated his whole political career. No one will ever underestimate Anthony Albanese again. It's a pretty remarkable thing that's happened here. But one thing that, Tanya and Bill and I both know really well about the PM is his sense of duty that drives him. He, he's yet to say his words, but he will want to get straight down to work because we do know there are real issues and real pressures facing Australians at the moment, and that's why we have constructed this really serious agenda to address those issues in my area of housing.
The crowd is crazy. And yes, my dad is still playing music, even at 9 p.m.
The chance on for Alba, isn't it?
Bro's gonna go like, I'll wait for life and miracles. The 2028 will be the year of Labour stuff.
Just give us an idea of what's going on.
Penny Wong has gained glasses and gained great hair too.
Thank you, friends. Thank you all. Thank you for believing in Labour. Thank you for believing in the power of this great nation. The power in our 26 million people from more than 300 ancestries. And from the oldest continuing civilization on the planet. The traditional owners. Friends, we love this country. We love this country. And representing it to the world is the honour of my life. Because of who we are and what we strive to be. A nation that stands on its own 2 feet. That invests in the aspirations of all of its people. A nation of courage and of kindness. I saw this purpose and these principles
former treasurer of
across the country.
the
thousands of Labour volunteers in every state and
former treasurer
in
under
every
the Rudd
community
and Gillard governments,
for a
and
better
he was the
future.
guy that saved the economy.
Friends, 3 years ago, the Australian people made a collective decision to turn the page and write a new future for ourselves. Tonight, together, we start the new chapter. And we will write this next chapter so all all Australians are part of our nation's story. No matter who we are or where we come from, no matter age or gender, no matter the lottery of birth, Australia's opportunity is for us all. And friends, that Australian story is embodied by our Australian Prime Minister. A man who shows what real strength is. A man of courage. A man of compassion. A leader with the conviction of who we are and what we can be. A leader with a conviction that builds Australia's future.
Like, basically outburst courage, conviction, and commitment. Stand up for his principles and stand for something. You clearly see Labour's at 82 seats.
Always backs what's best about our country. Please welcome my dear friend, our Prime Minister, Anthony Albanese.
Oh shoot. Look at that phone. Look at the amount of phones there are. This majority is even larger. This majority is about to be larger than 2007. I meant to say 2007, but
Serving as your Prime Minister is the greatest honour of my life. And it is with a deep sense of humility and a profound sense of responsibility that the first thing that I do tonight is to say thank you to the people of Australia for the chance to continue to serve the best nation on earth.
that's what both people agree with. It is the best nation on earth.
And I acknowledge the traditional owners of the land on which
That's to piss off all the viewers.
and I pay my respects to elders past, present and emerging today and every day.
Wow. Labour, according to the ABC, has won 87. My prediction is correct. Oh my god.
Australian values. For fairness, aspiration and opportunity for all. For the strength to show courage in adversity and kindness to those in need. And Australians have voted for a future that holds true to these values. A future built on everything that brings us together as Australians and everything that sets our nation apart from the world.
He is gone.
In this time of global uncertainty, Australians have chosen optimism and determination. Australians have chosen to face global challenges the Australian way, looking after each other while building for the future.
Well, that's what Peter Dunn. That's what Dunn gets for not for exiting out of Dixon.
Meet these challenges, seize these opportunities, and build that better and stronger future. Australians have chosen a majority Labor government.
I guess people are so scared of the deportation guy that they quite literally caused Dalton to lose his own seat in Dixon.
I think the Australian people have got the name. A majority Labor government promised and delivered. A short time ago, I spoke with Peter Dutton, who has, of course, conceded defeat. And I thanked him. No. What we do in Australia is we treat people with respect.
Yes, Albo. This is how you unite the country. Okay? Albanese is the moderate we need in power, okay? This has definitely swung my vote in
And I want to
2028.
take this opportunity to wish Peter and Kiralee and their family all the
You think
very
he should do
best
now is
for
struggle with
their
balance?
future.
I was like, no, don't be a random piece of shit. Be a moderate.
Now, at election time, parties and candidates ask people to make a choice. And inevitably, the campaign and the coverage is about our differences and our disagreements. That is the nature of our democracy, and it is the
Well,
role
Alba's
of the
at
media
85
to
seats
serve
on.
it. But now that the Australian people have made their clear choice, let us all reflect on what we have in common. Because no matter who you voted for, no matter where you live, no matter how you worship or who you love, whether you belong to a culture that has known and cared for this great continent for 65,000 years, or you have chosen our nation as your home and enriched our society with your contribution, we are all Australians. So let all of us work together to build our national unity on the enduring foundations of fairness, equality, and respect for one another. My fellow Australians, I know the world has thrown a lot at our country over the past 3 years. I know so many of you have worked hard in the face of significant challenges. And I know there's still much more to do to help people under pressure. That is why it means so much that in these uncertain times, the people of Australia place their trust in Labor once again, including so many Australians who had voted Labor for the first time.
This election was an out-of-nowhere election. That's what I could say.
I make this solemn pledge. We will not forget that. We will never take it for granted. Repaying your trust will drive our government each and every day of the next 3 years. The positive program we took to this election was shaped by the Australian people's priorities. And our government will dedicate the next 3 years to making a positive difference to your lives and to your future. Bringing the rewards for your hard work within reach, investing in our youngest Australians, looking after older Australians, and building an economy and a society that is every bit as strong and fair, as resilient and generous as Australians are themselves. From tomorrow, back at work. Maybe not everyone here. And that's probably for the best. We take up this task with new hope, new confidence, and new determination.
This speech is a whole 10 minutes longer than Peter Dutton's one. The
Because
Dutton's one was out of
together
nowhere.
we are turning the corner, and together we will make our way forward with no one held back and no one left behind. Friends, I was raised to be an optimist. My mum had a hard life and we struggled financially. But she taught me to always be positive and see the best in people. When it comes to Australia's future, all of us have so much reason to be optimistic. Because when we look at everything going on around the world today, when we consider the changes that will shape the future of the global economy, when we think about our people and their smarts and skills, truly there's nowhere else you'd rather be than right here in Australia. This is a time of profound opportunity for our nation. We have everything we need to seize this moment and make it our own. And we must do it together, all of us. Because for Australia to realise our full potential, for our nation to be its very best, every Australian must have the opportunity to be their best. To serve our Australian values, we must value every Australian, and Labor will govern for every Australian.
At the end of the speech, we did it.
Every Australian who wants a fair go at work, fair wages for their work, and the right to disconnect when they're done with work. Every Australian
Fair pay,
deserves
yes.
the security of a roof over their head or dreams of owning their own home. Every woman who wants her contribution to our economy and society to be valued equally. Every parent who wants their child to get the best start in life with cheaper childcare and with fair funding for every student in every school. Everyone who counts on the National Disability Insurance Scheme.
Thanks for that, Albo. I get physio.
There will be a government for every Australian who wants to train or retrain for new skills and a good job at public TAFE. Every Australian who works hard for the life-changing opportunity of higher education and wants 20% cut from their student debt. Every Australian who knows that climate change is a challenge we must act together to meet for the future of our environment. And knows the fact that renewable energy is an opportunity we must work together to seize for the future of our economy.
Good job, Australians. You have chosen the right choice. I didn't expect there to be a majority
We
government.
want a government that supports reconciliation with First Nations people. Because we will be a stronger nation when we close the gap between Indigenous and non-Indigenous Australians. And friends, we will be a government that relies and helps every Australian who relies on Medicare. Because this card is not Labor red or Liberal blue, it is green and gold. It is a declaration of our national values in our national colours. Medicare belongs to all Australians, and together we will make it stronger for all Australians. stood on the hallowed turf of the G this morning, doing live crosses and making that point. I want to thank all of my colleagues, beginning with my friend, our incredible Deputy Prime Minister, Richard Marles. No one could hope for a better deputy, and I thank him so much. My friend and our Senate leader, Penny Wong, and her deputy, her deputy, Don Farrell, our economic team led by Jim Chalmers and Katie Gallagher, our campaign spokesperson, Jason Clare, and we've got a bit of a shared party tonight, and Berkey's here, the member for Watson. Labor caucus, which when you look at it across the benches, it's representative of the Australian people. I acknowledge all of our fantastic Labor candidates in every seat who put up their hand, gave up their time for our cause and their community. And if you excuse me for singling out one of them who ran for a third time in Dixon, Ailey France. So many of whom will be joining us as caucus members in Parliament. I want to thank the people of Queensland, most of whom are here tonight. I've got to say something, it was very special. On the way here, there was obviously, I don't know whether there was a drone above us or what have you. My security team said, you know, maybe they're just out on the street. People don't just hang out on New Canterbury Road. And from Lilyfield, Leichhardt, all the way here, I'm sorry, but I won't be moving back for a little while. The people of Queensland did me an incredible honour in choosing me as their representatives 29 years and 10 elections ago. I've lived in this community in the inner west my whole life, and it's an incredible privilege to serve a community that you love, and I do love it. To the Labor Party's heart and soul, our rank and file members and the mighty trade union movement of Australia. The Labor Party will always stand up for jobs and people's wages and conditions. Everywhere I have been through this campaign, your energy, your enthusiasm, your dedication to the cause has lifted me up. You inspire all of us in your service of working people, and we thank you. To our magnificent campaign director, National Secretary Paul Erickson. run an outstanding campaign. Paul and I did tell people now was the right time. And he managed to become a dad during the campaign. He was supported by an absolutely brilliant team. And all of those dedicated people own a part of this victory. And I thank you. To my personal staff, led by Tim Gartrell. The loyalty, the passion, the commitment that you showed. You have a tough job that you perform with grace, with humour, with joy, and just a passion for changing the country for the better. Thank you for what you do. To my son Nathan, who's grown into a fine young man who I am just so proud of. Thank you. And to my fiancée, Jodie Hayden.
This is even bigger than Kevin Rudd's majority in 2007. This is John Howard. Right now, Alba's at John Howard's majority in
Your
19.
friendship and your love.
No, not actually 98.
You make me so
I think it was
happy.
like 2000.
Which matters. You have
It's
my
like 2001 and
heart, I love you, and I
1998.
look forward
One of those
to
years.
living our lives together. My fellow Australians, Australians have chosen the Australian Labor Party as their government. And our government will choose the Australian way because we are proud of who we are and all that we have built together in this country. We do not need to beg or borrow or copy from anywhere else. We do not seek our inspiration overseas. We find it right here in our values and in our people. Tomorrow we dedicate ourselves to your service. We renew the great responsibility and the opportunity of government, and with pride and purpose, optimism and determination, with faith in the fair go and faith in each other, we return to the work of building Australia's future. Thank you all.
Wow, it's a pretty long speech, almost half an hour.
There you go, the Prime Minister that we were just chatting amongst ourselves on the